This is Agent Sharon Carter of S.H.I.E.L.D., Special Service. Well, not anymore, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. Let's start at the beginning. Captain Steve Rogers' morning exercise was interrupted by a mission to rescue hostages on one of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s mobile satellite launch ships. The crew had been captured by the extremely dangerous Georges Batroc, and it was up to Captain America to bring them home safe and sound. Unfortunately for Cap, his splashy entrance meant he'd literally miss the boat. He would need help from the all-around nice guy Brock Rumlow, along with his strike team, to ensure the rest of the mission would be nothing but smooth sailing.
LEGO Marvel's Avengers walkthrough, so we are reaching, I think, the third to last level, and you don't actually have to do these as the last 3 levels. You could exit to the level screen at any time when you're playing this game, and I'm pretty sure you can finish these whenever you want, but you might have to finish the first Avengers movie. Either way, I'm doing these at the end of the game because I just felt a little bit better to do the first 2 Avengers movies and then do the other 3 movies. And it really felt like they threw these movies in just because they needed to reach their usual 15 level LEGO game, and they were like, okay, let's just do these other movies, because the cutscenes in between these are just kind of mockery LEGO comic pages. I mean, they're not even really cutscenes, but hey. So anyway, this is my favorite Marvel movie, which is Captain America Winter Soldier. So we are doing that first scene at the very beginning, where we are on a boat, and then we're going to be fighting... Hold on, what do we do with the second one? We do something, and then we end up fighting Bucky. Oh, we fight Bucky both times, I think, and I think Bucky's the Winter Soldier. So, spoiler alert. Anyway, that's pretty much going to be the formula for these next three levels for all of these movies. We're going to do an opening scene, kind of a middle scene, and then the ending scene. So 3 major sections separated by mockery LEGO comics, which are pretty funny. And the other 2 movies will be Iron Man 3 and Thor 2. And I've mentioned this a million times, but I mentioned that just because if you're a first-time viewer and you haven't seen any of my other videos, and there you go. So anyway, just walk over here with, I think... Who is this? I don't even know who this is with us, but whoever it is, build that switch and then throw Captain America's shield into it, and that will move some lifeboats out of the way, something the Titanic desperately needed. And then we can come over here and we can see that there's a golden turret there. Now, we don't have anybody who can defeat the golden things yet, so what we're going to need to do is jump up here, and we're going to have to build an object that will allow, of course you can also get shot when you're Captain America and then die, but then we're gonna have to build that kind of stand that will allow Captain America to use his shield to redirect the shots of that turret so you can actually take it out. So when you're ready, just jump onto that lever so you can open up that target, and then you'll want to shoot it with the other guy who I missed the name who it was when I switched there, and then you're gonna want to build the platform once it finally falls down. And for this one, it might be good to try to take out a few of the enemies if you can, just because they throw a lot of enemies at you and they can get in the way pretty quickly. But as usual, I tend to avoid them just because it's easier not to kill them, but it can be fun. So anyway, just target these bullets, and you kind of have to target it weirdly, and it takes a couple of seconds for the bullets to actually go where you are aiming, and then finally you should be able to send it just in the right direction. And then you'll notice a fire over there that you can put out with Captain America, but you don't really need to. You can just pull that lever straight away, and I think I'm going to put it out anyway. And of course I just died around. Oh, no, you do have to put it out. Okay, in my previous screen on my editing software, I didn't really notice that glass was there, but I just now noticed it. So you do have to put out the fire, then you can pull that lever, and there's another lever there that you can pull. And you're going to need to, because you have to switch to, you have to jump onto that with somebody, and then you have to switch to the other guy to jump on this. And okay, this got me stuck for a little bit. Let me try to explain that better. If you notice, when I jumped onto that with Captain America, he jumped right off, and that should tell you that he shouldn't be on there. So he shouldn't be on there. You don't need Captain America to be on that. You want the other guy to be there, because you're gonna need him, I think, to blow up a thing. I think so. This part of this level drove me insane because it just was so glitched out, and then there was a part that I cut out, but it's like you need both of them to stand on some switches later. Okay, wait, well, I don't even know. I don't really know what's up with this level, because that time Captain America did stay on it. Okay, I guess. Okay, yeah, you do need the other guy. I don't know why he stayed on at that time then. I don't know. This part was just glitched out for me. I mean, this part wasn't glitched, but it's the part coming up that I skipped through that was, and I'll explain it once it happens. So anyway, just pull the lever to get Captain America back here. I'm pretty sure you can climb back up if you jump down, but you're gonna need that. Handle to come back anyway. So then jump onto it with this guy, and then of course Captain America got off again. So now we're gonna have to climb up the ladder, and once I switch back to this guy, we're gonna take a look at what his name actually is. What the heck? Brock Rumlow. Okay, Brock. I guess we're going to use your Pokemon powers to go open up that terminal. So now I finally got it correct, and he's staying on, so we're going to switch to him. Come on down to the terminal. And let me see if I remember what we need to do here. I guess we just tap X. Okay. There might be an order to that. I don't know. I guess you just move the cursor and tap X in those squares. If there is an order, I got really lucky. If there isn't an order, just tap them all open. Now this was the stupid part. Both of them need to be over on the right side, and Captain America did just fine, but for some reason Brock Rumlow decided to follow me, and then he stayed over there. So I had to go back to him, and then hope Captain America stayed, which he did, and then run all the way back, and now finally we can get onto these stupid buttons. So we are kind of getting close to finishing the first part of this level, thank goodness. There's a mind control guy there that you'll have to come back in free play to do, because none of these characters can do mind control yet, or probably ever. So anyway, just come back in free play, use Scarlet Witch. At this point you should have her unlocked, and then we can just take out a few more enemies and then work our way to the right side of the ship, because once again we're trying to make it to the beginning. Then we're going to notice a few more of these glowing bricks, and all we have to do is break them open. And then we're going to want to build a few acrobat points, and I think Brock Rumlow can also go on them, but I think mainly Captain America is the one that we're going to want to use. We'll see here in a second. And you'll notice how there are those kind of red-green switches, so just get on the green side, push it forward, and then that flagpole post thing is going to go upwards, and then we'll be able to switch to, I guess I use Brock, it doesn't really matter. For some reason though, maybe I don't, yeah, Brock didn't want to grab onto it for some reason, maybe he can't. Anyway, use Captain America and pull down this ladder and then climb on up it. There's also a broken winch there that we need to once again come back in free play to fix, and we can use Iron Man or someone like that. So once we open up this door, there's going to be a kind of a mini cutscene again, and that'll be the end of the first part of the level, and I'll start talking again in the second part.
Captain America had defeated Batroc and rescued the hostages, but was surprised to discover Black Widow going against orders by retrieving data from the ship's computer. Rogers demanded an explanation from Director Fury and was told about Project Insight, a plan to supposedly protect the world by connecting 3 helicarriers together. Disliking the idea because it would mean living in a world controlled by fear, Cap soon found himself on the run with Black Widow and his new friend, the Falcon. Together, they learned that high-ranking World Security Council member Alexander Pierce had turned his back on Fury and was going to use Project Insight to allow Hydra to rule the world. Oh, and then they ran into the Winter Soldier.
So now we fast forward about an hour to where Captain America has his first showdown with the Winter Soldier, and we need to take out a couple of groups of thugs that are going to get thrown at us before we can actually take out the Winter Soldier. So we just do that by basically defeating these guys. Nothing special, just take them out. When they fall, then they should get crossed off at the top. And once you take out all 5 of them, then we should be able to begin fighting Captain America, or I guess Winter Soldier, not Captain America. And just use whoever you want. You can use combos if you want to, but they're kind of tough, but if you kind of push B, then that will do the finishing thing and they'll just die immediately. So then once that happens, then he should kind of get a little bit annoyed with you, start firing more stuff at you. You can block his bullets with B if you want to, but for some reason this will take a little bit of time to activate, and finally it does, and this guy's going to fall right down on top of that car. And he's going to start shooting these miniguns at you. So you're going to need to get your shield so you can actually block his shots with your shield. So just push B so it actually gets activated, and then you should be able to jump up close to him. It might take a few tries, but if you get up close and hit him enough, you should be able to take him out. And when you respawn, you're invincible for a few seconds, so that should be good enough for you to actually defeat him. Otherwise, he's just going to keep firing at you, and it's just going to keep killing you, and it's kind of going to be an endless thing that's never going to get fixed. But you can also come on here and build this part, which... Wait, can we even defeat him? Man, I don't remember this level. Why don't I remember this level? Okay, anyway, use Black Widow to dump this truck, and then that's gonna make up... What? Okay, this won't happen for the next 2 videos. I'm gonna scrub through the next 2 videos and make sure I actually know what's going on. I thought I remembered, but apparently I don't, so... Okay then, I guess we need to build... Oh, now I remember. We need to build this platform so we can use Captain America's shield to reflect those bullets on that golden thing that he's standing on in the trunk beneath him, and we should be able to get rid of that. That's what we're doing here. Okay. Right? We're not, I don't think we're redirecting that at Winter Soldier. Pretty sure it's at that golden thing. It's kind of specific aiming. There we go. Okay, that was it. Jeez. Man, I don't know why I didn't know what that was. Holy cow, I forgot that. Okay, so now we finally get to take on the Winter Soldier. So the first thing he does is take out a helicopter, which goes smashing Batman style into the building. And then there's going to be a few more guys we just kind of have to take out. He should be jumping down here in a second. I don't know what's taking him so long. This was a pretty weird section that just kind of didn't feel right. And then, okay, man, I don't remember any of this. I remember the final part. I remember the final part really well. Just this middle part, for some reason, I just don't. So use Black Widow to come up here and pull down the helicopter. And then, what do we do? Something has to get him down here. I remember fighting him here. Maybe we don't, though. I guess we build a Captain America helicopter. Jeez, amazing walkthrough, right? And okay, well I guess that's the showdown. We just kind of fire away at the bridge, and once we do that, that'll be it for this section of the level, because up next is a little mini cutscene.
As the fighting continued, the identity of the Winter Soldier was dramatically revealed. It was Steve's oldest friend, James Buchanan Barnes. As a result of Arnim Zola's experiments, Bucky had survived his fall from the train and had been brainwashed to serve Hydra. After escaping from Brock Rumlow's strike team, Cap and his friends reunited with Maria Hill and Nick Fury to come up with a plan to stop Project Insight. Their only hope was to reprogram the helicarriers so they would destroy each other, ending Hydra's evil schemes. After many grueling battles, Cap and the Falcon approached the final helicarrier console, but found the Winter Soldier standing in their way.
Please don't make me do this. You're not my friend. You're my mission.
Alright, now the final third of this level, and I swear I know what I'm doing here. There are 2 levers up at the top that we have to pull, but of course be sure to save first. But to activate or to get access to those 2 levers, we need to... Okay, maybe I don't know entirely. We need to turn on the power, something we have to do with these boxes that are on the lower platforms to our left and our right. And we'll have to use Captain America to activate the lever to the left side, and we have to use the other guy to activate the lever on the right side. Actually, I think the guy with the wingsuit can do both because he can fly, but anyway. So when you are finally ready to get them started, just come back down here. You can also go the shorter way, and you'll want to blow up this section kind of on this side, and you can see it's kind of glowing inside there, and there's a spot to throw Captain America's shield. We just need to open that up by blowing up all of these objects, and then finally we should be able to build this. Then we can switch to the other guy to grapple off that screen. And then we can throw Captain America's shield into the energy box, and that should allow us to activate that lever on the top left. Now you can go and activate this immediately, or you can do what I do and just, at least I think I get the one on the right side and then turn them on both at the same time. I don't think they both need to be pulled at the same time, so we don't have to worry about that. Then just come on over here, do the same thing, blow up all of these probably extremely expensive terminals and computers, and then build another grapple point to grapple off the screen. And kind of annoyingly, when you ground pound with Captain America's shield, he does a flip forward, so if you're really close to an edge, you tend to flip you off the edge and you immediately die. I don't know why they had to do it that way, but I guess that's okay. I mean, it's kind of fun when you're like, what? Why did I die? So anyway, grapple off that screen and then throw his shield into the switch. That will activate the switch in the top right of this part of the level. And then we'll need to throw both of those levers downward, and then we finally get the showdown with Winter Soldier that I thought we got in the last part, but we didn't because I forgot the whole entirety of the middle part of this level. Man, that was terrible. Okay, so just switch to the other guy to fly up onto the one on the right side because I don't think Captain America can jump that high. And then I think you can actually fly with this guy over to the left side to get the other lever, but I think I just switched to Captain America to do the fancy acrobatics all the way up. And it may not even let you fly up there, I don't actually know. But anyway, just use Captain America, use whoever, and then flip this second lever, and then Bucky should come right on down, and then we get to do that kind of cool scene at the end of Winter Soldier where everybody is fighting at the, I think this is one of the helicarriers? Yeah, anyway, we're fighting in like the glass walls of this helicarrier thing that's trying to control the planet. So here's Bucky, just follow the quick time events, and this isn't actually the fight, thank goodness. So we just gotta do this for now. And now that we drop down here, we can finally take out Bucky himself. So he's going to fire at us a few times and then jump right on down without us having to do anything. Then he's going to grapple whoever you're playing as toward him, and you're going to have to switch to the other guy to take out one of his hearts, and then you should be able to just start wailing on him however much you want. And then the same thing's going to happen 2 more times until you beat the level, and that'll be it for this video.
And the Winter Soldier concluded their epic battle when Cap decided he didn't want to hurt his friend and refused to fight back. Project Insight was stopped when the helicarriers were brought down, but in the process, the entire S.H.I.E.L.D. organization was also completely destroyed. Sure didn't see that one coming. Oh, but it's okay. I got a new job. I knew you were worried about me. Captain America and the Falcon fell from the helicarrier into the water, but were saved by Bucky. Maybe there's hope for him after all? You're probably wondering how I know all this. Well, let's just say I live next to Steve, and I'm kind of a nosy neighbor. Do you want me to write this down?